Hello, welcome to Rampant Pyanodon, episode 8 of season 3. So, last episode was depressing, and again, we have lost. We have decided to turn the biters onto peaceful mode for now because they have destroyed. You can see the thing here. They cut a giant hole in the wall here in the Northern Gate Mark II, and they were also getting through on the Esso's Northern Gate as well. So, they had gotten through on two different sides, and I can't be at both sides at the same time. So, ergo, they would have come in and wreaked havoc on, whichever side of the base I wasn't in. So, for now, unfortunately, the biters won, but I mean, it's fine. We will take this time to rebuild. For now, I will just rebuild my base. I'll beef up the defenses, and when I feel that the time is right, I will turn the biters back on, and hopefully, we can be more prepared for them for the second time. I've kind of pushed everything down here. Everything down here for now. I'm still going to finish the power. And also I'm going to finish making more iron ore. But I think, I've got to rebuild the base, redesign all the military fronts completely. I think I'll probably increase the magazine production. Maybe there's a way to decrease pollution, and then find a way to auto-repair the military front. So those are my goals for now. But we'll see how they go. Or we're not going to be using this wall anyway. It'll just be a small redesign. So I might as well just fill this up with a double wall and then call it done for now. Because, yeah, again, we're going to redesign this whole thing anyway. So I'll just plug in the walls so no biters wander in. And then I'll go ahead and fix it at the Esso's Northern Gate as well. And also, yep, radar's back online. So we should have vision here. And, let's go to the gate. Here we go. And just a quick double line is good enough for now. Again, this is why I got rid of all the bots, because there's so much smoke I can't even see what's happening. We could also throw in some Mark II lights, but we actually don't have any on us right now, so that's fine. The power plant is going to go online. Still just a little bit more work to do with it. Okay, so I really wanted to wait until I had enough materials to build the entire new power plant, but my whole base is kind of collapsing in on itself. I mean, it's like things are clogging up. As you can see in the production, everything's kind of dying. The most important thing is that iron plate is slowing down to a trickle because we're no longer able to crush the iron here. Well, we can't even see it, but yeah, right here. We're not even able to use all the iron to crush all the iron ore. So I think I've just grabbed some iron from the belt, and now I'm going to run over to the new power plant and then start up just like one row so that we can have some amount going right now. Okay, so it looks like we've started in the back. Everything here is built, and I just built 6 steam engines, so we're able to do these. And from here, we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boilers. So hopefully we have enough. Yeah, we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that we're able to get this group. So now we have 2 lines of power going. This will help to slowly start restoring our base. Because again, we are really struggling. Also, maybe we should connect this up to the rest of our base. And that looks good. So now we're connected to the rest of the base. And you can start feeding your power, a little bit of a jump start. Again, here we should definitely prioritize power because I don't want this sort of thing happening in the future again. Jump starting power is a huge pain. Oh, wow. Yeah, I definitely could have waited just like 30 more minutes or like 15, 5, 10 more minutes because we were able to get all the boilers going, except for just one row. So if we check the power, we can now see that our power is back online. And you see the past hour, everything's slowly dwindling as, the endless downward spiral of ash and stuff. Yeah, we're good now. In the future, I want to make sure everything's radared up. So do we have a radar on us? We do. And let's see. Oh, we're actually already able to see everything in here. So we're actually fine for this location. But if we scroll over to the base, I mean, yeah, this was blocked up for a long time because these were running slow. Even the power here, this ash should be, yep, it should be clearing up soon so that everything could be fully operational. And this guy should have a little bit of breathing room now that we've got other power. Our iron production should be back at full speed. Wonderful. So our iron plate production will go up. So again, this is the start of rebuilding our base. And if we check the chart, more power, still under construction. We're almost done. Rebuilding the base, that'll take some time. Now our power should be fully operational, so we can go ahead and check that off. There we go. We have more power. Next up, let's go ahead and grab more iron ore for the base. This guy is outside, so no good. You're outside, so you're no good. You're outside, so you're no good. Here's one that we do want. That is nice and tiny. And then, it was this one. Okay, so the two ones we want are here and right here. Which is right here next to the antimony down here. So we can collect these two iron, and this should be a good boost in our iron and steel plate production. Again, I love the drones, but as I'm building, they are way too big. So, yep, I will be laying them to rest once more. Oh boy, this is a long process. That is much better. Now I can see where I'm going. Decided to upgrade the iron oxide, well, not randomly, it's kind of backing up, so I'm going to upgrade it to take in iron oxide much faster like this, and now we have 3 stone furnaces going at full blast, eating an entire line at a time, so this way we shouldn't back up because of iron oxide anymore. Plus, a nice increase to our iron plate production. I mean, I think that's significant, right? Iron plate. Oh, yeah, that is extremely significant. It's a lot of iron plate, but again, this is just a backlog. So once the iron oxide disappears, then we'll go back to normal iron plate speed production. In other news, I've also decided that I wanted to add 2 companion drones to our party. These will be repair drones. I noticed that it might be extremely useful to have drones that actually aren't capable of fighting, but instead only repair stuff. This way they could repair other drones or other companion drones, or just, stick close by me and build while everyone else is off fighting. So each of them will get a companion reactor, a shield, and then 3 roboports. And then I'll turn them a nice color, probably green, because it signifies like medic. It's like a medic-y color. And we'll name them Medicbot. So here you go. Oh, and then you have the same stuff in your grid. So now we have 10 companion drones following us around. We have John Boy, the 5, I forgot what they call it. Oh, John Boy's 5 Vanguard, 2 Centurions, and 2 Medic Boys. We're also running out of, we're backing up on soot still, so it seems that maybe our soot production, even with the power on, is less than the amount of soot that we're able to consume. So if we can check this real quick. Soot here, we are producing, in the past hour, yeah, we are producing more soot than we are able to consume. So, we can just create another one of these quick solid separators so that we can sort this soot out. It's going to be as easy as copy pasting it, and I think I'm going to put another one literally like right next to it, like right here, because there's no reason to put it anywhere farther. So right here's fine. And there we go. It's all built, and then I've redone all the inputs. Some amazing spaghetti work here with things like that and things like this, and you just have to take for my word for it. But let's go ahead and plug it in and make sure that it runs properly. And nice. So now, yeah, we solved some clogging. Okay, so it seems like the mixed outputs belt is starting to clog up. I think one of the easiest fixes here is to just incorporate coal dust in here, so we could start stacking coal dust at all the sources. That way it'll take up less space on the line, about 8 times less space on the line. But that takes some work because we do have a lot of coal dust in a lot of different places. Actually, the 2 main parts are here, so we can actually grab them before they enter into the line here, just to make sure that each of these individual lines is able to run freely. But that's kind of the lazy way to do it. It might cause problems. If anything, I really should grab the coal dust at every source, and make sure that it's able to route through the entire system. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add coal dust to, or I'm going to start stacking the coal dust that goes into my mixed products belt or something like that. Okay, so I just went through and I made sure that every single one of these belts was able to accept coal dust as well, stacked coal dust. So now I can go back to each of the individual sources and start converting them, and there won't be any issues. Okay, so this is a contraption that we're going to insert into our different streams. Basically, in comes the normal belt. Coal dust goes in here, turns into stacked coal dust, and then it combines back with the rest. So I'm just going to insert it right over here to this, and perfect. Here, here, and last but not least, right over here. So now all the coal dust on the base should be getting stacked at their sources. Perfect, and this is the result we were looking for. The intersection here is no longer clogged up because, yeah, everything's stacked. The coal dust was the biggest culprit here, but now everything looks nice and free-flowing again. All right, so it's finally time to get our iron ore up and running. So let's go ahead and build it like this. And then we can clean it up. That looks cleaned up. Let's get some decoration on here. Decoration looks good, but let's finish off, tying up the inputs and outputs. That was a little bit more than the inputs and outputs, but it looks great. And next up, we just have to go ahead and connect it up to our base. All right, so I've gone ahead and switched my main base here, the two main iron ore receivers, steel and iron plate. I've switched them to receive stacked iron instead. All right, everything seems to be running. Just one last quick check. If I press H here, I can follow this line all the way to see if it connects all the way to the base. Good. Comes to the base, connects up with the rest of the iron ore. And then it goes to the iron ore, the iron plate production. So that's perfect. The other thing you may have noticed is that I'm using a different design. This is thanks to one of my subscribers. Their name is Sterling. They managed to paste this with a 50% miner density. So beforehand, my other designs with the burner miners were about a 40% density. And this is a 50% density. So we're just squeezing out just a little bit more output. So once again, thank you, Sterling, for this design. I will be using it going forward, and I'm gonna give might because it's a lot of work to replace all of these, but I might switch all of these out as well. All right, I went ahead and plugged it in or turned it on. The other thing you might have noticed is that it is only going on one side of the belt. This is intentional. I think I'm going to save some space on this bus by having things get stacked and sent on one line. That way we can kind of half the size of the bus, make it not as big. But this is Iron Ore Year. Also, check out my wonderful art. Next up, let's go ahead and grab the iron ore over here. Bing, bang, boom. Boom again. So that's how you build the iron mine in 3 easy steps. Again, this is using Sterling's more compact 50% miner burner miner setup. Yeah, that's all there is to it. It looks good. Oh, my decoration game is not present. Let me fix that. And there we go. Now it's fixed. So this is a new iron mine. Let's go ahead and check this off the list. So we got more iron ore, and that's done. Next, I don't know what to do next. Let me figure that out. Okay, I figured out exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop being lazy, and I'm going to go ahead and convert all my burner mining setups. I was searching for my burner mining setups, but I was standing right on top of it. But yeah, let's start with this one. Bing, bang, bin, bang, sing, sang, ding, bang. Oh, I'm out of concrete, so that's the end of my song. But that was all the burner miners in the main base. But in the meantime, I've also been decorating or redecorating the entire main base. It's all kind of clumped together, so I've started to put concrete over everything and kind of really make sure that the belts are on black so you can see the paths that they're going on. And I think it's coming together really nicely. I like the way it looks. Again, we just did the raw coal, the iron, the copper, and the stone. We still have to go ahead and get the burner miners out here. So this one and this one. And we did increase the yields by quite a bit. Yeah, just those two. Well, just one, two, three. Three burners out there. But I plan on decorating them with concrete. And again, we're out of concrete. I also wanted to redo the base. But anyways, to the point, I am out of concrete. So I need to go ahead and make more concrete. Concrete takes coke. It takes lime, which takes coke. And our coke production is really inefficient. I think most of our coke production is still this very old, backwards, destructive distillation column, the first recipe you can get. But we unlocked a much better recipe in this fluid nightmare. And yeah, you can see there's just a billion different fluids, and it's kind of hard to follow what's going on. But this was made to make creosote to make treated wood. So, I mean, I guess I could reuse part of this, or maybe just make a whole new one to make coke to feed to the rest of our bus. Because again, our main coke production is this, and it's not fast at all, and everything is running out of coke. And now we're out of concrete. So again, yeah, let's go ahead and make new coke. All right, we needed coke, we got coke. This took 1 billion years to make. Autosave is ruining my moment. And also, if we look at the pipes, I mean, it's just a pipe freaking nightmare. I don't even know what's going on. It's just a pipe maze. But here's the planner. It looks simple, but it's actually a pipe nightmare again, right? This is 5.2 stacked raw coal, so this is like 40 raw coal per second. I don't even know if we're going to be able to use it all. I decided, oh, why not make 15 coke per second using all our excess tar and I guess a bunch of our fuels, but that's what it is. We make a ton of byproducts. But here it is. It makes a bunch of coke and a bunch of byproducts. And let's go ahead and test it out. All right, testing's done. This looks like a solid line of coke to me. All that's left is to bada bing, bada boom, and bang. So everything's going in. We got the coke. Again, it's not finished because there's a bunch of concrete missing, and we built this for coke, for concrete. But basically, this whole system takes in some fuel and just tar and water, and it does a bunch of this stuff, bunch of crazy fluid, wacky stuff. And out pops like a billion byproducts because our main product, our main focus here is the coke. And you can see here we have, a ton of byproducts. We have brought them over here, and we have expanded our flow control. And as you can see, we've added something with flow control. One of my subscribers, Sterling, has pointed out that there's a problem with the valves and that everything will always be riding at 80%. So here's my solution. Until I have circuits, because circuits will provide a more elegant solution. But for now, we have an item. We have them flow into this tank, right? And when it's over 80%, it'll put it into this tank. And when this tank is full, it'll flow in here. This will help us with the fluctuations because when something's over 80%, for a little bit, it starts to fill up this tank. But then if this tank falls, then we have a check valve to allow the fluid to flow back out. So it kind of acts as a buffer so that we don't drain any unnecessary fluids. But again, I mean, this is wonderful. It looks great. We have so many fluids. I kind of don't like it when things flow around. I mean, like, we have pipes going around everywhere. I like everything to follow the bus, but the pipes next to the bus are just so unwieldy. I mean, as you can see by these corners here, very, very unwieldy. So I've just opted to cut it across the forest. It looks, incognito enough so that you can't really see what's going on. But again, now we have coke up. The coke comes up and it joins with the other coke from up here. I've opted not to disassemble it because we can if we ever run out of coke, then we can still use this. But this is supposed to produce 15 coke. So if we ever run out of coke here, then I guess we can use the coke from over here. Next up, since a bunch of these fluids are actually used here, I want to go ahead and connect this up so we don't vent anything, but also so that we can use some of the fluids that we have here. So the fluids we're producing for coke, we can use for our fiber boards. So let's go ahead and connect those systems together. And there we have it. We've connected the excess products to the rest of our system. So we still have 3 byproducts here: light oil, anthracene, and hydrogen, that get pumped out and they will join the tanks over here. But for the rest of the products, such as the red oil, the creosote, and I believe the naphthalene oil, they have been connected to our system. Very good. All right, with our coke production restarted, we should be able to get enough concrete to finish up what we are doing here. Just kidding, 900 was not enough. Okay, so again, I first of all am waiting for the concrete to get made, but it's quite slow. So I'm going to go ahead and fix all the burners from the burner mining drills for raw coal. And actually, Sterling gave me another blueprint that is better. So these are 50% ratio, but the new one I have here is 54%. So I will be using these instead, just for a little bit extra boost. I'm kind of like squeezing the last bits of power, or the last bits of I'm just squeezing every bit of the resources I can, just kind of squeezing these rock coal mines. But anyways, bada bing, bada boom. We went from 31 to 34 burner miners. Good increase. There we go. This area for coke is finally done, which means, again, time to work on these rock coal mines. And then here we're going to go from 58 burner miners to 85 burner drills. That's quite a big percentage increase. Exactly, insert percentage here. Over on this side, we are going to go from 69 to 95. Not a bad increase. Just one more left to go. And by one more left, I mean I've got to fix up something because my belt is dirty here. And also my belt is dirty here, and I wonder how far it goes. Whoops. Well, I think I fixed it. I mean, I had 2 infected lines. I had the raw coal line infected with a bunch of non-raw coal stuff, and then I had a bunch of raw coal in the non-raw coal stuff line. Did I say that right? But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and collect everything into this chest. Apparently, there is an inserter that has flown into this chest from somewhere. But yep, the system should clean itself out in like 10 years because this belt is extremely long. But yeah, while we're waiting for it to clean itself, let's go ahead and tackle the last raw coal. All right, we are at the location of the last burner miner area. And we are going to go from 145 burner miners to 199. That's a huge increase. Insert percentage on screen here. Yeah, that's a great increase. So once again, shout out to Sterling for getting me these blueprints. They are much better. Again, these ones are 54%. I do have some issues here that I need to clean up. Also, I realized it's terribly boring. It's not decorated here. This is also pretty undecorated, so it's boring. Also, I made the same mistake and I sent a bunch of raw coal through this line. And it seems like the whole system is jammed up. It's jammed up because of something. So I'm going to have to go fix those. But let me decorate this real quick like this. And for those of you who are very astute, you can see that a couple miners have disappeared. We are now at 183. There were a couple miners that couldn't produce enough rock coal to even power themselves. So I decided to cut them from the line since they wouldn't be contributing. Anyways, after this, I have to go ahead and fix this jam. Because there's a jam somewhere. Yep, it's not moving. And then also, I forgot to decorate this, and that's a no-no. So let's decorate this one like this. And this looks good to me. For some reason, a lot of my rock coal is stopped. Oh, probably because it's backed up all the way here. Okay, again, I have to go fix a clog. Okay, so I came to the source of the clog, and it turns out, remember this fix that we made where we sent raw coal up to go to to the rest of its belt. As it turns out, we're just not using stacked rock coal fast enough to make to unclog it. So as you see, as we slowly use it, we are separating parts of the mixed ores belt, which is perfectly fine. So while all that's getting released, I guess we could call that the end of the episode. This episode, we did quite a lot. Here's the flow chart. I haven't really been using it much this episode, but I just checked off that we got more coke. This episode, we started off by getting more power, and then we went ahead and redid all the burner mining areas, and actually, I redecorated most of the main base. It was so stuck together, I decided to make it clear that the bus was underneath the black tiles, and it was so compact that things were looking less modular. Like, this is still looking modular because they're separate, but these were all kind of jammed next to each other, so I kind of just made it more cohesive, and I really like how it's come along. This burner mining setup, we redid twice, and a lot of the burner miners have got a huge gains. Like, even stone, I think stone was like 100% more miners. We doubled the amount of miners on here. That's insane. So that was this episode. A little bit of rebuilding, a little bit of setting up. Magazines are completely full again. I mean, I've spent so long in this episode that we have filled up this chest with magazines, so hopefully maybe we can get more magazines in the future so that we can have a bit of a backlog. But next episode, we will deal with this. Pollution. Pollution is a big issue, and one of the reasons that Rampant has gone off. I expanded too greedily, I guess. I expanded to this raw coal, and that made so much pollution that the evolution shot up a ton. Even now, we're at 80%, and the reason is because we have so much gosh darn pollution, so much pollution. So next episode, we will be solving that problem with something fun that I found. Vanilla Ice Cube, what did you find that was so exciting? Well, we go right over to this chest, we grab some fish, and then we type in fish right here, and we go to the multi-blade fish turbine, and we put it down. What the heck is this? It's power. Thank you once again, John Boy. There you are, John Boy, and thank you to Ema, my sponsors. And actually, I have one more, and I don't know how to pronounce their name, so I'm just gonna type it in the chat. It's Majestuzo, my third patron. I said sponsor. My third patron. Thank you so much for being my patron, and we are working on your immortalization, so we're in contact right now. You will see your immortalization as early as next episode. See you guys in the next one.